with your free live show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We give out tons of free picks on this show. We also have free pick videos. We give free picks out at both of our websites, pickdogs.com and sportschatplace.com. And, I will say this a million times. I will say it again. We try and win every single pick that we give out. But our best bets, the games that we like the best, the ones that we're betting today, the ones we're most confident in, those are the ones you find on our website. You go to the Premium Picks tab, and that's where you find it. We have a new feature at the Premium Picks area, and I know not too many people have joined us yet, so we're going to go over this again in a little bit. But we now have the 2 for capper section. It's not exactly 2 for the price of 1, but it's 2 cappers at reduced prices for longer term packages. So 3 days, 7 days, monthly, that type of thing. Yearly, I think there's yearly. I'm not sure. Is there yearly, Brian? I don't know.
I didn't even look.
You get 2 cappers for a reduced price. Something that you guys have asked for a very long time. It just takes. We've always had it in the works since day one. Just takes a little bit of time. But anyways, let me bring in the guys. I had them muted, which usually works for me pretty well. But
you do have to look for it a bit. It doesn't really pop out to you, the 2 for 1.
Well, we're just it's pre-launch. It's kind of like we don't really do launches, but we do product introductions. But we're just in the early phases of it. We just set it live yesterday afternoon. 10 people seem to be able to find it pretty easily. So I mean, right out of the gate. I mean, so.
It's right there on the drop tab. You can't miss it. It's right there. You click on the.
I know, but it's not. What Brian's saying is that it's not front and center. It's not.
There's some people that can't even find their picks.
Yeah, some people can't find their picks. Some people can't find like Brian's weekly package. It's like, so we're gonna do a better job of this. It's almost time to circle back. It's like we're getting to the point where it's like we're finally up and running. You have to remember we hit the ground running. In August with it was the first time we'd ever done multi-capper. And then, it's a lot. It's a lot easier said than done. I know a lot of people think everything's free and easy on the internet, but not necessarily free and easy on our side. Anyway, speaking of free and easy, Brian, what do you got today?
I got my Ohio Valley Game of the Year tonight. Biggest bet I've made in the Ohio Valley Conference all season long. Easy winner right there. But NBA is really what you want to look at. 23-13, 64% start. So get my 5-pack, my golden ticket Thursday. 5 plays, $50. 2 of them NBA at pickdogs.com.
Chris, how about you? You are absolutely crushing it right now. So what have you got to say for yourself?
All right, we had another great day in college hoops yesterday. Almost had a clean sweep in the NHL as well, but today I got my Thursday throwdown college hoops 5-pack. 5 plays I absolutely love for tonight's card, and 5 chances for us to make some really, really good money tonight. I'm loving those plays tonight. Got them over at pickdogs.com, sportschatplace.com, premium section.
How about you, Rod? What do you got cooking?
Well, for me, I couldn't help myself when capping today's college basketball. I got myself the ultimate college basketball Thursday. I found 7 games that I really love to crush the books today. I also got an NHL slap shot birdcage, both available over at Pick Dogs Premium section.
All right. I have college basketball picks as well. I don't have any NBA, just not a great card. So be sure
I feel opposite of you. I think the NBA is just easy today.
Oh, I'm scared. I'd stay away from NBA today.
Huh.
You're like,
well, I guess opposites attract. So I think both games are easy.
There's 3. So
I thought the third got canceled. I thought the Knicks was canceled for today.
No.
Huh.
No, matter of fact, I just did the video. I'm posting it right now. Well, that's what I'm typing. What we're talking.
Oh well, 2 of the 3. I thought.
That's why we're a couple minutes late today. Well, anyways, let's get into these games. We got the Lakers and the Bucks, the Pelicans and the Jazz, and the Warriors and the Knicks. Brian, obviously you don't even know the Knicks are playing, but what do you think about these other games?
Well, I'll tell you what, guys. I'll give you one of my premium picks right here. I'm taking the Milwaukee Bucks to get a statement win over the Lakers. I like to play the opposite of the Lakers, and today will be no different. I'm going to be on the Bucks, and I'm going to be on them for a nice amount of money.
I'm on the opposite side of you on that one. I like the Lakers. Rare Lakers pick for me. I think the Bucks are just soft, and I think you get into the big games against the big teams. The big-time players step up in the big-time games against the big-time opponents, and I don't think LeBron and Anthony Davis are going to be taking this one off. Chris, how about you?
Yeah, the only one I kind of like in this time slot, I like this today, it's only 3-game schedule. I like the Utah Jazz laying 7 against the Pelicans. I know the Pelicans are going to provide value in an underdog role, a public team, but the Jazz are just rolling along right now, 8-2 in their last 10 against the spread. I know this is usually a 4 or 5 point win team, but it's a 4 point team that's been winning by double digits a lot lately. So I'll take Utah.
How about you, Rod?
For me, I'm with you. I like the Lakers here. Lakers are just a better team. They're gonna bounce back after their fourth quarter collapse against the Warriors. And the Lakers have been great on the road this year. I think they beat up the Bucks. I'm with Chris as well. I like the Jazz. The Jazz just beat the Pelicans by 18, 3 days ago? So, yeah, I like the Jazz on that one. And I like the Knicks. I think the Knicks can hang around in this one. I don't know if they win this game, but I think they hang around.
Yeah, I'm. It's kind of like we're all a hodgepodge today, but I think we all kind of like the Jazz here. But for me, it's a lean at best in that because it's tough to beat the same team back to back, especially looking at 7 points when the Jazz, we all know their number is 4, and I like the Lakers in this one. I think LeBron James loves to play against the good teams, loves to play against the big name players, loves to play on TNT. It's just all those things come combined, and the same thing with Anthony Davis. So I'm just going to go with the Lakers. They're not a premium pick by any stretch of the imagination. Like I said, no NBA premiums for me, but this would be the one if it was. I think that Warriors line against the Knicks looks a little fishy to me because the Warriors are playing so much better, and the Knicks, it's like anytime you put faith in them, they let you down. Anytime you kind of look past them, they come up and bite you. They're a good Bittler team, because that's the type of teams that he generally likes, are the ones that come up and bite you. And the Knicks do that, but the problem is most of the time they just bite. I'm going to take the Warriors in that one.
I kind of like the Knicks now looking at it.
I know you do. I know.
I think they can keep it within a bucket with their defense.
Yeah, they can. The whole thing is we all know they can, but will they? It's like that's the issue here.
If you had a gun to my head, I would take the Knicks.
Well, I don't have a gun. You don't have a head, so it's gonna be tough. It'd be a long shot from here. Halfway around the world through 5 time zones or something, but it could happen.
So you're saying there's a chance?
You're saying there's a chance. Anyways, oh, by the way, man, I saw a lot of those tweets out there about the Iceman. Wow, you guys are some major suck ups. I just appreciate every one of you. That was just some major brown nose points going on out there. I mean, some of those were just mean. Boy, were they funny. It's like I didn't even know the guy had a Twitter. I'm gonna guess. I saw those tweets. Brian was in a bad mood yesterday, and I sent over a couple of those tweets. I know it cheered him up a little bit, and I'm like, I said, you realize some people out there are just gonna really hate our guts. They're gonna really hate our guts. Like this guy probably just hates our guts. These went beyond Iceman sucks, which he does. I mean, he does suck. Apparently the Twitter population feels so as well. Wow, guys are special. Brought a tear to my eye. I saw that. I was like, oh man, these guys really care.
I'm looking at some of the comments right now. One of my favorites just came up. The Iceman has a coochie.
I can either confirm or deny.
Well, he went 0-3 yesterday, so.
What kind of pricing,
the
though?
coochie.
Minus 166 with the Raptors at home.
Oh.
Minus 150 with the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Oh, he went double
a
Toronto.
Loser.
What was the other one?
A soccer loser, minus 120. Not bad.
Oh, that's
juice there.
We call that his throw-in soccer loser. He loses a lot of those, but the double Toronto whammy, just my guess he's not loving on the city of Toronto today. Iceman's been pretty ice cold anyway, right?
If you're gonna take the Raptors, just lay the points. Why would you take the money line?
Because you're the Iceman. That's
drives
why.
Me crazy. I would go crazy if I bought that.
You think? How about me? You guys know what it's like to work with me. Being a capper on one of my sites. How do you think that conversation would go?
Oh, God. God. You have to turn the earphones down for that one.
Yeah.
Not off.
Posting this Knicks Warriors as we go. Anyways, Eastern Michigan taking on Buffalo. Some action at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. San Jose Spartans in action for you there, Brian. Looking for someone's O has got to go in the against the spread. New Mexico 0-4 at home against the number. San Jose State 0-6 on the road against the number. Someone's O has got to go.
Washington's Huskies went yesterday.
Yep, it did. I got squared out on that thing. I lost.
I didn't think they had it in them to win a game.
But I bet against the sharpest move on the board yesterday, and I cashed big.
Which one was that?
I had Georgia Tech, and I went big on it.
Wow.
It went right through 0. It was like Georgia Tech was favored by 1. It was like Clemson minus 2.5 by tip-off. They lost by about 50. It was awesome.
I liked Clemson yesterday.
Yeah, they got crushed. I mean, if it was a fight, they would have stopped it. They were down by 17, I think, at the half. It was like just a bludgeoning. And then the other one, the beauty of the sharp picks, Auburn. I mean, I think, Rod, you were on Auburn, right, yesterday?
Yeah, I was on Auburn and Georgia Tech. I gave it out in the birdcage that we hit with the
nice
basketball hoops.
Yeah, Auburn, I mean, that was just textbook. That was like the textbook cover. It was like down by 6. It looked like they were going to be outside the number. Then,
Yeah, I was a little worried about that Auburn play. I had that also.
Yeah, it was like, but it was beautiful, right? And then it came down, there's, 1 second left or 3 seconds left to go in the game. We're down by 1. It's like, we're good. The only thing that could happen here that's bad is like a foul and we hit only one of them. That's the only bad thing that can happen. Of course, I'm thinking that probably is, but it didn't happen. And, yeah. How about VCU in an absolute collapse, too? I had Bonnie's, but, man, there was a few collapses out there. Anyways, Buffalo, Eastern Mich, New Mexico, San Jose State, Stanford, USC, Bowling Green against Miami of Ohio, BGSU, and Akron, the Zips, up against Central Michigan. Remember when Xavier, the guy who eventually transferred to Arizona, he punched Yancey Gates in the mouth and he said, "I'm going to zip you up." That was one of my favorites. I'm going to zip you up. I'm not going to let Yancey Gates push me around. His name Mark something. Brian, any of these games do it for you?
Yeah, that time frame, I like USC laying the points. I think they bounced back from their loss to Oregon State, and I like Akron Zips. I think this line's pretty high for a reason. I think they're going to bludgeon them today.
I mean, is someone out for Stanford in that game? I don't even know. I'm guessing. They have a bunch
it
of
looks
guys.
like it opened at 1 and it's at 5 now. But
oh, I see. Yeah, they have a few guys that are out or questionable or
yeah, like the Trojans.
Well, they're announcing the new COVID plan today at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We can only hope there's not going to be a total shutdown.
Yes, we must say all sports are shut down.
I would not be shocked, man. I would not.
My head would like explode.
I would not be shocked. Oh yeah, Bitler would not be on tomorrow's show if that happens. It's gonna be an ugly. Let's just say it'll be an ugly ass drive-through today.
I think sports have been going along pretty safely. I mean, it hasn't been. I mean, what's the risk to the 22-year-old?
Well, I'm not even going to get into it, but I will say this much. Regardless of who's been running this or any other country, including these guys' country down there, very little of the decision making has made much sense. And I'll leave it at that. So nothing at this point surprises me anymore.
Yeah, I think it all comes down to your local jurisdictions or whatever.
It just scares me a little that you see like the prices for like Netflix and other stocks like that going up, and then you see some of these other ones like the airlines and stuff going down badly, So that to me is is what I'm looking at, and I know I don't talk a lot about this, but I traded on Wall Street for many years, so it's usually the market usually knows before any announcements. Anyways, Chris.
Well, we have a working vaccine, so I mean, how bad could it get?
Well, it could be. It could be a 2-month shutdown. That's what it could be. That's how bad it could get. But we'll address it if and when it happens. It wouldn't be a shocker.
No, but it would be totally ridiculous.
It would.
No matter who would call it, I wouldn't be in favor of a total shutdown. What a joke.
There are people out there that would agree with it. So sure.
You got to make a living. You can't just hide in your house.
Apparently, if you're a member of Congress and you got paid through this entire thing, you can. Chris?
Yeah. Well, first, I think that San Jose State New Mexico game, everybody loses in that game, and even with both those could stay. I mean, the line's at 7. We could get a push in that one, but that's wishful thinking. I like Buffalo laying the 11.5 against Eastern Michigan. Buffalo rallied from 21 down against Kent State and fell short. I think that's going to tick them off a little bit. I think they're going to come out fired up. And I like Bowling Green laying the 4.5 against Miami, Ohio. This Bowling Green team is really good. They can really score, and I just don't know if Miami, Ohio's got enough to hang with them over the course of 40 minutes. So I like Bowling Green laying the points. Those are my 2 for this time slot. Bowling
Green's been super inconsistent. Rod?
For me, I like Miami, Ohio in the Battle of the Birds. They played good at home, 5-1 at home. They've been a scrappy bunch. I think that's a 2 3-point game at the most. If not, Miami Redbirds might upset them. I like Miami, Ohio on that one, plus the points. And I'm with Brian. Give me USC. I think they roll over Stanford today. USC is 9-1 ATS off a loss. So I think they're come out pissed off today. Give me USC.
Stanford's played the way better schedule. I like Stanford in this one. They played the way better schedule. They have not played a lot of home games. USC has been skittish. 5 points is a ton, but Stanford's just missing players here. I mean, that's the problem. But I still am going to take them. I think there's even more value here at 5. I have little faith in the Trojans. Did not like that Colorado game. Can't get away from it. Kind of on Miami of Ohio as well. And I like the Akron Zips. I like the way the Zips are playing. Penn State Rutgers. Line went through 0 on that one. Got Sacred Heart St. Francis. Memphis against Wichita State. Moorhead up against Southeast Missouri. Central Connecticut versus Mount St. Mary's. Merrimack up against Fairly Disinterested. That's it for the 7 o'clock time slot. Pretty rough around the edges, this card. A little rough around the edges. What do you think?
I like Penn State over Rutgers. I was a big Rutgers guy at the beginning of the year. I thought they'd be a top 15 team in the nation. I thought they'd make it to the final 8, but boy, I guess I was wrong.
Well,
I think Penn State.
hold on a second. Okay, you were also Mr. Big Ten. So
Yeah.
you can't have
I
both.
am.
You can't have both. You can't have a team that just is a home wrecker and be in a tough conference. It just doesn't go hand in hand, right? It just doesn't happen. I think I will get to my opinion on Rutgers, but anyways, I'm just saying.
I think Michigan is better than I thought they would be. Not that they were a bad team.
Right.
They're
No,
much better.
you have 2 or 3 teams in the Big Ten that are kind of elite teams. And then you have a second rung, and then you have a third rung where, like, Indiana is, right? Those teams, right? Indiana, Maryland. The second rung is kind of like Wisconsin, right? Wisconsin. Maybe Rutgers is kind of like in between that second, third, Michigan State.
Yeah, Penn State's in the third rung. I just think that they needed 2 games to warm up, and I think we'll see the best from Penn State tonight. I'll take the points.
Whatever happened at Michigan State?
Boy, they fell.
Well, not only did they fall off the map, they just stopped playing. Quietly, it's like kind of like what you wished would happen to Oklahoma in college football around playoff time. They quietly just went away.
Just fade into the fog.
They just faded up. It's kind of like, hey, didn't Michigan State have a team this season? Thought they did. It's like, the big 4 that played at the beginning of the season: Kansas, Duke, Michigan State, and Kentucky. Right, all 4 of them are, like Kansas easily the best of the bunch, and that ain't saying much.
For me here, the 2 games I like Sacred Heart laying the point against St. Francis. St. Francis just hasn't been good on the road, and I think that's just enough in a near pick'em spot to take Sacred Heart at home. And I like Southeast Missouri State against Moorhead.
Do you abbreviate Sacred Heart SHART? Like, because it's S Heart, right? So it could be, you could call him SHART. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there.
Just as long as you don't say that it's not a square play, it's a sharp play. Then it's...
Oh, that one stinks.
Sorry.
We'll leave that.
I like Southeast. I like Southeast Missouri State. They've been just really good on the road this season. 5-1 against the number, 7-3 against the number in their last 10. I know Moorhead State's been better, 8-2 against the number, but I just think 6 is too many. I think this could be a 2 or 3 point game, 71-69. So give me Southeast Missouri State here.
Anything for you, Rod, in this beautiful time slot?
In this time slot, I like Fairly Disinterested. They're 5-1 ATS as a road dog their last 6. And Merrimack is 1-5 ATS their last 6 games. So give me Fairly Disinterested here in that one. I think they win it outright. I think Fairly money line or Merrimack. Only one I like in the spot.
I like Rutgers against Penn State. They're just a way better team. Penn State has been pretty disappointing. I expected more of them than this. And what I saw from them, last game was pathetic. I mean, they didn't even show up. It's like, why bother showing up? Why bother getting dressed? I don't know. Rutgers at least has heart. They just ran into a tough portion of their schedule. I mean, Brian touted the Big Ten, and now he's like bashing Rutgers for losing to it. I mean, they didn't lose to the slouches of the Big Ten. Here's who they lost to. They beat Purdue, who you love. They beat Illinois, who you love. They beat, Syracuse, who you don't like that much. But they lost to Iowa, Michigan State at East Lansing, and Ohio State again, and then Wisconsin by 6 in a game they were a home dog anyway. I mean, I don't think there's a lot of shame in that. I just don't. I think that those are not bad losses. I know that there are 5 of them. I know that maybe one of those Ohio States you could win, but I don't think losing to Ohio State when they're healthy is a horrible thing. And I don't think losing to Michigan State at East Lansing at any time is a horrible thing. So I'm going to forgive them on those losses. And I say, well, the Iowa loss was 2 points, and I think a lot of people would take that. And those of us that had Rutgers in that game did take it because we were getting 3.5. So how's that? How do you like them apples? We be cashing. Meanwhile, Penn State last time out against Illinois, 79-65. It was never that close. It was never that close.
They caught Illinois in a bad spot. Illinois had to bounce back from looking bad. And
well, what about the first time they played them, 98-81? It wasn't any closer. It's not like, it's not like they're just not that good this year. It's not a good Penn State team. Sometimes they have good teams. Sometimes they have bad teams. Sometimes it rains. This is a bad Penn State team. Bad Penn State. One of the worst teams in the conference.
They're good enough to beat Rutgers. We'll see.
Damn. Them and what Army? Nice to see Rod spending his money well, betting unfairly disinterested. It's like you learned that in third grade. It's like go home, study your multiplication tables, and whatever you do, don't bet on Fairleigh Dickinson.
I don't know. They're tempting me that Fairleigh Dickinson today. Huh.
Northern Arizona's back on the ice, taking on Montana State. Loyola Marymount against St. Mary's. Eastern Kentucky, 11 herbs and spices. The Colonel, 14.5 over Tennessee Martin. Belmont up against Eastern Illinois. Austin Peay against Tennessee Tech. Man, if Austin Peay didn't disappoint me so much, I would have been all over that one, man. I love betting against Tennessee Tech. Sac State, plus 1.5 against Montana. One of my favorite Zappa songs. Northern Colorado, plus 3 against Eastern Washington. Eastern Washington's really been terrible this season, but 4-1 against the number on the road. Murray State against Jacksonville State. Weird thing about Jacksonville State. Not only is it not a state, it's not even in Jacksonville. Anyways, Brian, what do you think?
Tennessee Martin's lost 7 in a row, and the Colonels of Eastern Kentucky have won 7 in a row. But for me in this one, line opened up at 15.5, down to 13.5 in some spots. People loving on the Colonels. I'm going to go with Tennessee Martin to keep it within 10 or so.
They're talking about one of my marijuana investments on CNBC right now. I'm in that one with Sean Carter. They just showed him on here.
I would think that stock would be going up.
It's doing all right. It's him. It's the DJ. I don't know him. Khaled. DJ Khaled.
Yeah.
He's in it with us. Some guys. I don't know. A few other guys. A few of those other guys. I'll tell you who they say is in it. How come my picture's not there with these guys? It's Jay-Z, Rihanna, Meek Mill, and DJ Khaled. And me.
You're gonna be in the next album cover.
And Mitch. Pick dogs. No, those guys probably own like this much. I own like less than Magic Johnson owns of the Dodgers. It's like,
If you're like, oh yeah, I'm on the cover. Where are you? You see the four of them standing on the beach, and we're just standing off in the distance, just looking out at the water.
It's like the scene from The Jerk.
Look, I'm on the cover.
Everything to the left of the chicklets, below the, not including the erasers. All right, what do we got?
I actually like a lot in this time slot. I like Sacramento State at home getting the 1.5. They've just been a better team at home, and Montana just lost as a 13-point favorite, and I'm not trying to get behind them after that. I know they'll probably be ticked off, but I think Sacramento State at home is a great play. I know we like fading Tennessee Tech, but Austin Peay's just been disappointing me so much that I got to take the Golden Eagles here. They haven't been too terrible on the road. They haven't been winning games on the road, but they've at least been covering. So in this line of work is all I care about. So I'll take Tennessee Tech. I like Northern Colorado getting the 3 at home against Eastern Washington. Eastern Washington's a more name-worthy team out of the Big Sky, but Northern Colorado's just really good at home. I know they're 0-4 against the number, but that just tells me that they were giving up too many points. And Eastern Washington hasn't really been a favorite on the road, so I like Northern Colorado. And I like Jacksonville State getting the points against Murray State. Jacksonville State's done nothing but disappoint me this season. Murray State's done nothing but disappoint me this season. And I like Jacksonville State there.
If you have picks, you should put them in the comment section, not in the chat. This way we can look at them throughout the day. Or, of course, even better, in the Facebook group. By the way, go ahead, Rod. Everyone says I always stop right here, so I'll let Rod continue on, and I'll use my own time.
Yeah, because it's quick, because I only like one in the spot.
right,
I like
thanks
Tennessee
for
Tech
joining
and
us.
Austin Peay to go over 144.5. I think we got a track meet for these two teams. We both get into the 70s, and we can sneak over that number. Give me the over 144.5.
So we have our 2-for-1. It's not 2-for-1, but it's discounted multi-capper packages now at the website. It's one of the options under the drop down. So like if you want, people have asked me a lot. Like I want yours and Brian's picks. I want the Puck Dogs NHL picks. I want this. You can create your own packages at the website. So it's a new feature. We just released it yesterday. We didn't really advertise it. Anything like that. But we do have it available, and maybe at some point we'll advertise it a little bit better. But anyways, in this time slot, I like Montana a lot against Sac State. I think that they get it done here. I also like Northern Colorado against Eastern Washington, Jacksonville State against Murray State, Austin Peay against Tennessee Tech, and Loyola Marymount against St. Mary's in this time slot. I just think that Loyola Marymount, a team that we talked about before the season even started, they were on our list, and they have come through 7-0 straight up at home. St. Mary's, of course, is the brand name here, so you're always going to get value in this type of matchup. Aside from that, I don't like much in this time slot. Aside from those 8 picks. Weber State up against Southern Utah. It's freaking dead to me. Oh, that's Utah Valley. That's dead to me. I'm sorry. Arizona State against Arizona. Cal against UCLA. BYU stepping it up against Portland. Pepperdine against Pacific. Iowa against Indiana. Santa Clara, San Francisco. Tennessee State against SIU, Edwardsville. Portland State against Idaho State, Washington State, Utah, and the rematch, Utah State, Colorado State. Ryan?
Yeah, in that time slot, I'm going to take a chance on the Portland Pilots plus the 22.5. Everybody seems to be loving on the Cougars, and I like me a Cougar, but not in this spot. They're coming off of St. Mary's and San Francisco big wins. I think they cruise to a victory here against the Pilots, but the Pilots cover.
Actually, you could do a twosome. You could have 2 Cougars. You got Washington State Cougars and BYU Cougars. You could do the Cougar parlay.
I like Washington State too. Yeah, I like them tonight too. I lean a little bit to the Cougars.
Be a double Cougar.
But I like
parlay.
the Pilots better.
It's a double Cougar parlay.
All I need now is a little beaver, and I'll be set.
All I need is a little shark. No, yeah, I was gonna say they're the Portland Pirates. It's just like they can't even play basketball right. They can't even get the team name right. No, I like Santa Clara here getting the points against. Oh boy, I lost it. I like Santa Clara getting the points against San Francisco. I just think that they're not as bad of a team as the line would suggest. And San Francisco's cooled off a bit since their hot start. And I like Pacific on the money line against Pepperdine. This is not the same Pepperdine team that we saw start the year. Pacific's just been playing far better lately, and I just think they get the win over Pepperdine here. I like Utah State in the revenge spot against. Sorry, not in a revenge spot, just in a double-digit win against Colorado State. I like Utah State a lot in this one, 9-0 against the spread in their last 10 games. I know it's got to end sometime, but I don't think it's going to end here, so give me Utah State.
Ever notice that when it gets to like the 10 o'clock games, Chris is almost like it's almost like he's just eating a Thanksgiving dinner. He's kind of just like, give me Santa Clara. he's unbuttoning the top button of his pants.
You clearly don't know me for Thanksgiving dinner because I wear stretchy pants. I wear track pants to
He's got him down around his ass crack.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I totally have the T-shirt hanging up. You got the little strip of belly that's hanging out below the band of the track pants, and like where the shirt's kind of folded up a little bit. And I'm just sitting there laying back like, oh, but I could go for another slice of pie at this moment. That's a visual you want.
Nice. Rod?
I like 2 in the spot. Give me Iowa over Indiana. Iowa's just been thumping teams at home. 8-1 ATS. Their last 9 are home. Perfect at home. Thump Indiana. And I like Utah State. Keep it rolling. Give me Utah State. Double-digit win over Colorado State.
Gonna have to go the opposite there. I like Colorado State. Utah State won the first one. I think Colorado State gets them back here. At least covers, if not wins outright. I don't see Utah State being that good that they can beat this Colorado State team twice like that. Just isn't going to happen. It's going to at least be competitive. If not, like I said, Colorado State win. I like Washington State as well. I like Santa Clara. I agree with exactly what Chris said. It's just betting against the brand name and getting probably the team that's playing better basketball. I think I'm kind of with Brian here on Portland. Just a ton of points. I know BYU loves to run up big scores at least a couple times a year. This could be that game, but I don't know. I'll take Arizona also. I don't like Arizona State at all. I think like at the beginning of the year, that whole defense optional thing, we had fun with it, but now it's like it's kind of played its course, and it just hasn't been a pretty picture. We head to the NHL. We've got 7 games tonight. Islanders, Devils, Lightning, Blue Jackets. Ooh, there's a minus 160. You think the Iceman's got that one?
Quite possibly.
Lightning minus 160. He's got to get off the cold streak. Got Boston against Philly and Ottawa up against the Jets rematch. Ryan, any of those 4?
I'm going to lay the minus 136 with the Boston Bruins. I think they take care of the Flyers tonight. And I like the New Jersey Devils plus money at the Islanders. I think the Devils are a good value.
I agree with you. I like the Blue Jackets too. Chris, anything in this time slot?
I'm with Brian on both of those games. I like the Devils getting the plus money against the Islanders. 2 teams have been playing great out of the gate, and I just think we're just going to go with value here and take New Jersey. And I'm with Boston as well. I just think this is a nice buy low spot on the Bruins, and they're going to be the toughest team the Phillies face. I know Boston hasn't had a great they're still missing David Pastrnak, and their top defensive pairing's gone, but I think they battle and grind out a win here. And I like Ottawa in a bounce back against Winnipeg. I'm not sold on this Winnipeg team, and I think Ottawa's got some grit, so give me Ottawa plus money.
Rod, you going to make it a consensus here on the Blue Jackets?
Yeah, I love the Columbus Blue Jackets here. Tampa Bay, it's like Columbus. Columbus likes to they get up. This is like their Stanley Cup. They love beating up on Tampa Bay. So give me Columbus here over Tampa Bay. And I'm going the other way. I'm not taking no Boston. I'm not laying no juice minus 130. I don't care if that's low for the Bruins. It's the Bruins. The Bruins, no Pastrnak. That means they have one line. They're like the Oilers. The Boston Bruins have yet to score a goal 5-on-5 this year. No 5-on-5 goals for them. The underdog in this series is 5-1. Road team's 4-1. The last 5 meetings. Give me Philadelphia here. Keep rolling. I'll take the Flyers and the plus money.
So what are you getting at in this one? With the Bruins
The
Flyers.
Flyers, man. The Flyers have been rolling.
So you
I'm not
sort of
thinking
like the
Boston.
Flyers here, is what you're saying? It's a
Love
lean.
the Flyers.
It sounds like a lean. He's leaning in when he said it.
And
He's leaning in. I saw it. Sounded like Flyers from here. Chris, did you catch a Flyers there?
I think you caught one or two.
Though he did really list some strong points why you might be thinking Boston.
Can't score 5 on 5
It's
goals.
like-
That's not going to get you a win.
And I personally hate them from top to bottom.
I hate Boston. I do. I personally hate Boston.
See, your
I don't.
vision's cloudy
Between
here. 'cause
Calgary
you
and
hate 'em.
Boston, I hate Boston. No
Brad's like, I went into the locker room and the 2-ply toilet paper, I got it started on the single ply, and now I can't get it back to the right. I can't get it right. It's like this split open thing. It's like, what the hell's going on here? It's like, you get out of the
What
bathroom.
happens when you get the fancy?
It's like you get
What
out of the
happens
bathroom.
when you got the fancy toilet paper and 3-ply, and you got 3 of the rolls going
I
all
don't
over
got
the
time
place?
for that. It's like, what the hell took so long? It's like, flies got,
I
I'm
had
off
to fold
ply.
it together.
Like one ply, it's got a mind of its own. Doesn't want to play with the other plies.
One ply, I think I just violated myself in the bathroom.
Yeah, that's the word. Tissue paper? What are we doing here?
It's like, what else did you use? Well, you had some gift wrapping tissue paper in the dining room. I had to use that.
Remember that Cosmopolitan had sitting on the back of the... Gone.
I think I found out the 7 secrets to great sex in the bedroom.
Anyways, Rod, you got another pick in the slot, or just those?
And give me the Devils. The Devils have started off the year great. And look at that plus money we're going to get. I think they come in and give the Islanders a run. Give me the Devils.
I already sold my Bitcoin. I already sold mine. I have some left. I always keep a little bit, just for the hell of it. But I sold a good stack of mine. Bitcoin was the worst investment ever. It was, for me, it was fantastic. I'm in at like $400 or something. It's like 40,000. It sounded like 30,000. But I knew it was going to get whacked. It was way too high. There was no support. I don't see anything penny worthy in this grouping. Ottawa already let me down against the JTS Jets. So
What happened yesterday with the senior penny?
there was no penny. There was no flip.
Oh, damn.
I
I wanted to make fun of the penny.
I spent all my time talking about the Iceman and his hideous record at large juice.
Well, Canadians and Canucks look like a game you could
What's
use.
the most juice you've ever seen on a premium pick? What's the most?
No, I know Burnsy had over minus 200, I think.
Oh yeah, Yankees minus like 280.
The Blue Marlin or
280.
something like that it's called.
280 or something. Got Vancouver Canucks against the Montreal Canadiens. That could be the penny game right there. We got the Los Angeles Kings plus 214. Now that's a team after my own heart right there. Against the Avs, who have lost already this season. Oh, the Panthers and the Hurricane were postponed. So just these two games. Brian?
Yeah, for me, I think just a slight lean to the Vancouver Canucks. They got it done in a shootout against Montreal, who I think is a better team, but I think the plus money here is the value. I'll go with Vancouver.
I'm going to go the other way in that one. I like Montreal. Just watched that game last night. It was just back and forth the whole way, and Montreal probably should have won that game. But it's hard to beat the same team back-to-back, especially early on. So I like Montreal. And Colorado, LA, I think you go two ways. I think you can take Colorado in regulation. And I like LA plus the 1.5. I think that's a 1-goal game. LA's only lost by 1 goal in all 3 of their games this season. And as bad as they are, as much as I don't like the Kings, I think they battled the Avs here. I think this is a 3-2 or a 4-3 game. So give me Kings plus 1.5 or Colorado in regulation.
I'm looking at these Bitcoin charts, and it's like I could do like Mitch's technical analysis and show you guys how there is support here around the 30,000 range. 30,000 in around 30,200 to 30,250. There's support. So I would say if it breaks through that, then I would wait for the next bottom, which is the next tier, which is in the 26 range. If it gets through 26, then you're down to 23 is your next opportunity. But if you see it bounce off one of those, then it could be a buying opportunity. Just saying. Looking at it technically, just what I do. You go further out. Yeah, I mean, you go further out, 17, 18,000. And you go further out than that, 13,000, which would be probably a lot of buyers in that range. Just throw it out there for the Bitcoiners. Chris, you agree with me on that?
Yep.
Okay. No idea what I'm talking about, do you?
Not a clue.
Basically, when you look at charting, you ever see stock charts like this? You can look at trend lines within the chart, and you can determine bottoms and support levels. So right now it looks like a free fall in Bitcoin, which it is, but that's because there's no support. There was no support in between. So like the chart went like this, right? It went from 30 to 40 like this, straight up. There was nothing in here to show that if it was to come straight down like this, that this was a level where there was some buying activity and some support. There was there was nothing there. Whatever. Another show, different show, wrong show.
Can you do me a favor? Can you explain to the chat, because everybody's calling, why we don't like the Tampa Bay Lightning?
Oh, I don't like the Tampa Bay Lightning because that last year when they proposed the bubble, the Tampa Bay Lightning said they didn't want to play. That's why we don't like the Tampa Bay Lightning.
And they're always overpriced.
Yeah, they're always overpriced too. But it's like, aside from that, the reason I don't like them is because when everyone else was like, cool, we're going to have hockey again, they were like, we don't want to play. Anyways, I'll tell you who wants to play is this little guy. He's got the Vancouver Canucks and the Montreal.
So, I like Montreal.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rod.
I like Montreal.
I didn't cut him off. I glossed over him. There's a difference. Wow.
I like Montreal. Jake Allen will be back in goal, and I think he's the better goalie overpriced right now. So Montreal gets the win here.
Anything else you want to talk about? Something?
No chance the Kings have a chance in this game. They were down 3-0, and the Avs took their foot off the gas in that game and almost cost them. They ain't taking their foot off the gas in this game. Take the Avs on the puck line. It's the first loss that the Kings lose by more than a goal tonight.
No, you don't want to talk gas with Rod Zwacky, that's for sure. All right. Got Vancouver Canucks and the Montreal Canadiens. Brian's staring
Please,
down the
Montreal, take Montreal.
Brian's staring down the penny. What is the record for the penny? 4-2, 66%.
Yep.
Montreal Canadiens.
Good. Soon to be 4-3.
Wow. Someone's a hater.
Well, we know who's winning that game tonight. I speak French.
Is Brian right about the lucky penny?
Oh, here we go.
You may rely on it. So I got my new shelves for my set. But just a big part of the new set is that I'm replacing all this stuff with just 2 bookshelves, and then I'll have open space too to hang my signs, and I have a bunch of new signs on the way too. But the bookshelves come, and they're in it's like each little screw, that comes with them. It's like there's 51 of these, 48 of these. It's like,
Oh, no.
So luckily we're redoing our, we have a remodeling thing going on. And that, you might hear it in some of my videos, some pounding, some drilling, some sawing in the background of some of the videos that I'm doing. But we have somebody doing that, and I asked them, hey, you think you guys, I'll give you a couple bucks if you throw these shelves together for me. It's like they got power tools and stuff. Got a birdcage for us, Ruffalo?
That I do. I go to college hoops. I like Northern Colorado plus the points, Jacksonville State plus the points, and Pacific plus the points.
Rod Zawacki.
For me, I'm going to take Iowa minus the points, Miami, Ohio plus the points, and where's the other one?
Oh, this is a big decision.
I'm sorry.
And the winner is
The winner is
La La Land. You got it?
Yeah, I'm confused. Yes. Fairly disinterested.
All right.
Points.
All right.
I know you guys don't like that one.
It's okay. It's okay.
That's okay.
You didn't lose us yet. Brian, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Rod. Fairly disinterested plus the points. The Portland Pilots plus the points. And my favorite bet, the Milwaukee Bucks to pummel the Lakers tonight in that 3-game parlay.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I had the Devils and I added fairly disinterested. That's much better. Lakers fanboys are going to be crying tonight. It's going to be sad.
All right, we done?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll have to text my buddy, see if he has the Lakers tonight.
Stop cutting me off. I'm talking over you. I like Rutgers. It's now a 2.5, that line.
I saw it up to 3 something.
Yeah, I'll take Rutgers in this one. I'll lay whatever you need to lay.
The line does look like Rutgers, I have to admit.
Whoa, Brian changing course mid-show. Imagine that.
I'm just saying,
Imagine
the
Brian
line looks to me
flip-flopping.
like the Rutgers are the better play.
They don't call them box lunch for nothing.
I don't jump out of a bet because those are the ones you win usually when you decide that you're going to lose, and they end up winning. So,
Anyways, I got Rutgers in my parlay, my birdcage. Rutgers, Loyola Marymount, and Rutgers, Loyola Marymount, and Santa Clara, the Bronx. Oh, and Colorado State. Those 4. 4-teamer. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. It's been another fun morning. If you have any suggestions for the show or anything like that, you can keep them to yourself. Anyways, have a great day. We'll try and act more professional tomorrow.